Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Investigations. Miles Edgeworth. Um, we were. Where are we at? We're in the middle of Turnabout Reminiscence. And we were going to an argument with the judge, right? Yeah. Well, okay, a testimony, then argument. Oh, yeah, and, Kay Faraday kicked us in the balls, so that was pretty funny. Okay, what I saw at recess. Well, during the recess, I went to the restroom. There is a window on the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something from the vending machines. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. A detective that goes missing while on duty? That sounds mighty suspicious to me. I think he sat down. Judge, he sat down. Your Honor, can you please try to remain calm? Oh, I'm so used to simply listening to testimonies that I got caught up in the excitement. I'm sorry, Your Honor, but I'm afraid I'm gonna have to spoil your fun now. Rebuttal. Okay, during the recess, I went to the restroom. Tell me more about that in detail, please. Your Honor, why exactly did you pay a visit to the restroom, if I may ask? Oh, well, isn't it obvious? What else do you go to the restroom for? Or maybe I knew it. You suspect me of some sort of tomfoolery, don't you? Please stay calm, Your Honor. It is going to be much harder than I anticipated. I'm sorry. You're right. I need to think things through with a level head. I'm just nervous because so much has happened today with this trial. Let's see. I announced the recess and a time for us to reconvene. But having done all that, I still wasn't able to go to the restroom right away. Oh? And why couldn't you? Mr. Faraday had been accused, so I had paperwork to process regarding a new prosecutor. Once I had finished that, I was finally able to make a mad dash to the restroom. At least he stayed consistent on the going to the restroom part of his testimony. There's a window in the hallway side. In other words, I could see into the hallway. Your Honor, did you really go to the men's restroom? What is the meaning of that statement? I simply meant that perhaps you went to the restroom on a different floor. I had to go for such a long time. Yep. It was all I could do to dash to the closest one to the courtroom. I suppose that's only natural given his circumstances. I ran from the courtroom through the floor's main lobby and down the hallway. The courtroom. And then through the floor's main lobby, yep, 3-4 lobby, and then down the hallway, which would be that one. Once you enter, you can see there's a window just above the urinals. And it went through that window that you witnessed Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor. Yes, exactly! Sorry if I'm being too loud here. Your Honor, there is no need to yell. I can hear you just fine. Oh, I guess I put a little too much into that last answer. No, I didn't. Now then, let's continue with the testimony. As I entered, I saw that detective buying something for the vending machines. Yep. Are you sure that the person you witnessed was Detective Gumshoe, Your Honor? Yes, I'm absolutely sure. It's hard to miss someone of his stature, even from as far away as the restroom. Besides, I can't think of anyone else with that kind of hairstyle and big beige coat. Well, I was simply wondering if you were mistaken in what you saw. What? Preposterous! My eyes are as sharp as can be, ready to see through lies to the truth. Although recently, things do seem to be a bit fuzzier than they used to be. Clearly his eyes are not the only thing that have gone fuzzy. But allow me to say, with all the honor and dignity of a judge, I am not mistaken in what I saw. But when I was about to exit the restroom, he had completely disappeared. Okay. He disappeared? But, Your Honor, didn't you just say, I saw the detective buying something from the vending machines? Why, yes, I did. The restroom window looks over the courtyard and right into the hallway. But just as I was about to exit, I took another look and there was no one in sight. That led to the only solution to this mystery. The detective must have gone into the crime scene, lobby number 2 at that point. So he looked into the hallway from the restroom and over the courtyard, did he? A detective goes missing while on duty. That sounds mighty suspicious to me. I think this is the last statement here. Your Honor. Oh yeah. Anyway, Your Honor, I ask that you please remain calm. No. I am perfectly calm. Calm? Okay. Do you see calm or calm? My eyes are a bit watery. You're being anything but perfectly calm. It appears as His Honor could not have been mistaken of what he saw. I suppose so, given his line of sight. However, Francisco, why do you suppose our line of sights are so different? If you're referring to my height... Oh, my back! Can't you hold that whip still for just a second? Now, about His Honor's testimony. I believe his line of sight to be an important factor. If it's that important, why don't you hurry up and tell him already? I will, but there is one more thing I need to do if I am to correct His Honor's testimony. I'm going to need to retrace Detective Gumshoe's movements. Alright, let's say do a little kit. Okay, Don't be someone to the restroom. There's a window in the hallway. Another entrance. As I entered, I saw the detective by inside the vending machine. Okay, but when he disappeared. I take the. Okay, I think you gotta present the fingerprint. Hell yeah, Judge, you dumb bitch. What was that finger wag for, Mr. Edgeworth? And don't you know it's rude to shout objection while someone is giving testimony? Ha ha ha. If you truly are a man of the law, then you must always be vigilant. For example, I, myself, never let an opportunity to shout objection pass me by. Miles Edgeworth, it's one thing to be passionate about your job, but this is real life. This is what some people may say is the pot calling the kettle black. Your Honor, I wonder if you might take a look at this for me. What is that filth? How dare someone dirty the hallway bench like that? Who is the culprit? That party is hereby found guilty of uncleanliness. If you must know, the uncouth bench sawyer has already been placed under arrest, thanks to your earlier testimony, Your Honor. Oh, sorry. Oh? Well, that's good, but who was it? No, I just completely changed the voice. I think I want to make his voice deeper. We were able to discover something from the smudge on the bench, namely Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints. So I was like, okay. Not happy with committing... Okay. Not happy with committing just murder? That sounds a bit too young. Alright, I would just stick with it. Not happy with committing just murder? He had to go and dirty the courthouse too? Guilty! Your Honor, please calm down. While it's true that the detective is the one who made the mess on the bench, we have not yet established that his action is related to the double murder. What do you mean? I believe that the detective bought a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine, and then promptly sat down on the bench to eat one. It was like this big. It's a big-ass Swiss roll. The cake crumbs and pieces of chocolate on the floor under the bench, and Detective Gumshoe's fingerprints prove my conclusions to be true. Oh, but I still don't understand. Is this whole thing related to how I couldn't see him as I was leaving the restroom? Heh, it is indeed. The window in the hallway was built rather high up into the wall, so high up that Francisca can't see from there, at around a grown adult's chest height. As evidence, I submit that Francisca herself was unable to see out of that window. Ow! What was that delay? No! I knew I should have used her height as evidence. Basically, what this means is that the area directly under the hallway window is a blind spot when the hallway is being viewed from the men's restroom. Then... it seems that you've made the connection. If someone were to sit on the bench under the window... Yes, even someone as large as Detective Gumshoe would effectively disappear from sight. Whoa! Do you finally see, Your Honor? Your testimony has just proven that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway the entire time. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say it with that much enthusiasm. All I wanted to do was try to say it at once. Here, let me try that again. Hold it. Is there something of value that you like to say? Yes, actually there is. I remembered something else just now. Mr. Edgeworth, please allow me to testify to the court one more time. Even if we've overruled him, he'd just keep on talking, wouldn't he? That might not be a bad thing. The more info, the better in a perfect investigation, right? Well, that's all part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting there when I looked. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about probably the most important detail. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard a loud bang of a gunshot. It's actually a balloon. Quark! How was that? That is the testimony of the one who judges the crimes of others. Your Honor, could you try to state the important facts first next time? I agree. Before you go around judging others, you should learn to judge your own words. I'm sorry. But honestly, I thought that sound was just a noise popper until just now. Now that he mentions it, right before we restarted the trial, he did talk about that. Sorry. It's a birthday during recess, okay. I could have sworn I heard a popper going off. I'm gonna think of it the other day with my grandson. Alright, just cut him off. I'm gonna take a sip. Oh my god, water's so good. The most critical point in this argument is when did the judge look into the hallway? And whether that lines up with when the gun was actually fired. Your Honor, if I may, I'd like to clarify a few details in your testimony. That'll be it all part 2. I suppose it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom window. Yeah. In that case, do you concede that you were overconfident in your last testimony? Now hold on there. I just said that it's possible you can't see a seated person from the restroom this time. But you know something? I don't think you know when the prints you referenced were left on that bench, do you? Got it. Oh, damn, got you there. Ugh. While you have proven that it's possible the detective was sitting, I still have a problem with just those fingerprints were left. When? He's right. I've yet to prove when the fingerprints were left on that bench. While he feigns ignorance, His Honor has seen a lot of life. This judge, I mustn't underestimate him. Come on. However, that doesn't mean that the detective was sitting... Oops. Doesn't mean the detective was sitting there when I looked. As we established, you went to the restroom during the recess. However, at one point in the recess, did you look into that hallway? After I called for a recess, I handled the change of prosecutor paperwork. Maybe about 20 minutes until we reconvene? Yes, that sounds about right. Just as I expected. What were you expecting? And I demand to know what that all-knowing smile is for. Your Honor, that statement you made just now is very important. I'd like for you to append it to your testimony. Alright, if you insist. Look to the hallway about 20 minutes before we're able to reconvene. Okay, let's press this. Oops. Alright, sure. 20 minutes before we reconvened. Very well. What did you do after that? Let's see. I had to make some preparations, so I rushed straight back to the courtroom. I also had to track down a few pieces of paperwork for the various bailiffs. So you rushed back to the courtroom despite having just heard a gunshot? Well, at the time, I thought it was just the sound of a noise popper. I really couldn't think of any other explanation than someone having a birthday party. But now that this has happened, I see. Thinking back, the judge did mention something to that effect when we reconvened. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about that. About probably the most important detail. Oops. Okay. Right here. Ugh. If it's something that's forgettable, I don't need to hear it. Eek, but all I did was forgot to mention it. Whip. That sort of excuse may work on other people, but not on a Von Karma. Oh. But it's such an important piece of testimony. Please give me a chance to present it. I suppose I have no choice in the matter. I heard the bang. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. Alright, last statement here. Your Honor, about what you just said. I know. Oh, okay. I heard it, and then I need your reaction like this. Yes, just like this, with a quick okay. Your Honor, please remain calm when you're trying to explain yourself to me. Oh, yes, sir. Sorry about that. Now then, I must gather myself. Yes. When I heard the gunshot, there was no one in the hall. I should know. I looked. There was no one there. This judge's emotion circuits appear to be stuck on overreact. I believe that we finally found the flaw in His Honor's testimony. Yet sadly, he's completely oblivious to it. But I guess I can't really expect him to be aware of it. Well, what are you waiting for? Hurry up and fill him in. At least that thing finally came in handy. Indeed. Now let's see what happens when I present it to His Honor. What was I supposed to present to my Honor? Supposed to possibly get. Yep. However, that doesn't mean. Yep. Let's see. About 20 minutes before we convene. I think that's the important thing I need to present. Anyway, I forgot to testify earlier about the more important detail. As I was leaving the room, I heard a loud bang of a gunshot. Okay, was it a gunshot? Oh, there was a bullet. Wait. Okay. If it's... Okay, when was this? You heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. As I was leaving the restroom, I heard the loud bang of a gunshot. When was he leaving the restroom again? I looked into the hallway about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. Okay. Okay, 20 minutes before the trial started again. I was leaving the restroom. He was leaving the restroom, right? Okay, I think so. As he was bang of a gunshot. Oops. Okay. Okay, I think I got it, I think. You heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. I was leaving the restroom, I heard a loud bang of a gunshot. Okay, I think I present the testimony here, or the balloon. I should say. Yeah, I'm just gonna, I can't be too careful. So, cut. Okay, did everything. There are 20 minutes. I allow bang of a gunshots. Okay. It's gotta be the testimony or the balloon piece? I think the balloon piece, right? No? Alright. Yep. Your Honor, there's a very large flaw in your statement just now. I don't understand. What are you talking about? Where is it, Mr. Edgeworth? No, never mind, Your Honor. Making such accusatory statements, I don't know how I feel about that. I'm truly sorry, Your Honor. Ugh. I have to find a flaw in his testimony before the truth escapes me completely. Okay, I think we do the testimony due to the timing. Alright, it's 20 minutes. Got it. Alright, the 20-minute statement, of course. The one that the one testimony that changed, of course. Oh shit. Your Honor, by my accounts, there is absolutely no contradiction here at all. Oh, really? Well then, I guess we're still alright. Please continue with the testimony. The two of them overruled me? At this rate, I will lose the truth to the darkness forever. I need to stay calm and think carefully and find a... Okay. Only about 20... To the hallway about 20... 20 minutes forward to reconvene. Okay, what's that? You're on... Oh, can I allow you to make an objection? What? Your Honor, I'm really sorry, but I cannot allow you to not allow me to make an objection. Egads, I've been overruled? Your Honor, there are simply too many holes in your testimony for my taste. What do you mean by that? You claim that you heard the gunshot during the recess, but that is simply not possible. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended by Manfred von Karma. Ugh. Instead, okay. Eek. I see you have no mercy for the elderly either, Francisca. Don't talk back to me unless you want to be whipped in the back. With your height, you need a stepladder of 4 to accomplish that. Mr. Edgeworth, my ears are not that far gone yet. I'll have you know, I can still hear just fine. And I heard the sound of a gunshot loud and clear with my own 2 ears. Ha! Your Honor, I have here an interesting bit of testimony. It's from Detective Bad, and according to him, he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to start again. What did you say? Your Honor, you just said that you heard the gunshot about 20 minutes before we were to reconvene. How do you explain this glaring contradiction? That can't be! Unfortunately, that is the truth. But I heard it clear as day. Bang! The loud sound of a gunshot. The sound of a gunshot. We keep returning to this point of contention. And that piece of evidence, I always did wonder why I found it where I did. However, now I understand what that gunshot the judge heard really was. Unfortunately, Your Honor, this is what really produced the gunshot you heard. The balloon! I found this object in the hallway earlier. What is that pink substance? It may not look like it, but this is actually a piece of a balloon. I see. And I suppose you would like me to accept that pink balloon into the court record. Your Honor, I present this piece of evidence in order to overrule your testimony. What? Your Honor, your fucking hell, Edgeworth. Your argument goes as follows. You saw no one in the hallway when you heard the gunshot. Now, there is no guarantee that the detective was sitting on the bench at that time. Therefore, you believe he must have been at the crime scene, defendant lobby number 2. Am I correct? Oh, why, yes. Yes, that's exactly right. Let me ask you something. Did you think that the gunshot you heard was produced by a real gun? I think I said enough that even you can't figure the rest out on your own. Your Honor, you were fooled by the popping of this balloon into thinking it was a gunshot. What manner of trickery is this? That was good effort you put forth, Miles Edgeworth. But if it was me, I had wrapped this thing up before the judge even testified. Care to elaborate on how one ends something before it even begins? Well, to be honest, I did think that the sound was a bit off from a real gunshot sound. But who could have guessed that someone would pop a balloon in a place like this? That's true. One doesn't usually think balloons in conjunction with courthouse. Dun, dun. I want to trade these coins with you. That's it. That balloon that girl was holding. It explains everything. Your Honor, if it makes you feel any better, you didn't lie once in your testimony. However, I can't really vouch for its accuracy. Who knew that giving testimony could be such a difficult thing to do? What have I done? Damn, he hit the Optimus Prime. What have I done? I owe Detective Gumshoe a very, very big apology. I will see to myself that he is released. Wait. There are still a few things I've yet to resolve about what happened in the hallway. Your Honor, I request your permission to further question Detective Gumshoe. But why? I thought we just cleared his name. Whether we did just now or not, I still cannot say. The only thing I can do for now is to continue in my quest for the perfect explanation. And to do that, I must resolve the remaining issues pertaining to the events that occurred in the hallway. Very well. Bailiff, please bring Detective Gumshoe into the courthouse room. Shit. I must fulfill my mission and find the perfect explanation to this case. This is a... Alright. September 10th. I think we're in the middle, part 2, I think. What is it now? Is it time for my trial already? I've already told you a gazillion times, pal, I didn't do it. I'll be the judge of that, Detective Gumshoe. No, you won't. I'll be the judge of that. No, 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 no. I'm the judge around here, and I'll be the judge of that. Alright, I like that. Why can't you guys be a little less judgmental? Yes, well, speaking of hasty judgments, Detective Gumshoe, I'm afraid I must apologize for an error in the judgment of my part. Your Honor, I don't believe you should apologize just yet. We have yet to prove he is completely innocent of this crime. I guess so. What are you guys talking about? In any case, I would like you to testify as to your actions while you were on guard duty. Damn, I didn't refill my health. And please remember, you are not on trial. This is all just part of the investigation. As such, you may still be found to be innocent. However, if you should give false testimony. Yo. My whip will object loud and clear. If you are found to be lying, you will be held indefinitely. Understood? I gotcha, pal. Thinking back on the state of the crime scene and the judge's testimony, it's obvious that Detective Gumshoe is lying. And if I can't break his lie, then we may never get a break in this case. What's over there? While I was on duty, I came down here to this courthouse on Detective Bad's orders. As soon as I got here, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. On my honor as a detective, I swear it wasn't me, pal. He's still singing the same tight tune. In that case, I'll just have to change the melody. I know he's lying, and and it's time I pull the information I need out of him. My health. I came down to hear this courthouse and take the bad's orders. So was it really Detective Bad who called you down here? You bet it was, pal. I was left in charge of the precinct while everyone was out and this call comes in. I want you down here in 1 minute flat, he said. Well, I thought this was my big chance, my first case and all. So I made a mad dash down here, sir. Although I couldn't exactly get here in a minute flat. So how long did it take you? About 10 minutes, I guess. And what was Detective Bad doing when you finally made it? He was waiting for me down on the first floor in the entranceway, pal. Okay. As soon as I got there, he ordered me to stand guard in front of lobby number 2. And by he, you mean Detective Bad, of course, and this being my first time at this courthouse, he also walked with me up to the 3rd floor hallway in front of the defendant lobbies. And did you meet anyone along the way? Well, just as we entered the hallway, we ran into Miss Yu. When we heard from Miss Yu that Mr. Faraday was not to be interrupted, that's when Detective Bad told me to stand guard in the hallway, pal. So far, Detective Gumshoe's testimony is matching up with Detective Bad's. From that time on until I heard the gunshot, I was in that hallway the whole time. You claim to have been in that hallway the whole time? However, it is not in fact that you did something while you were in that hallway. Of course I did something. I guarded the door to lobby number 2, pal. What else? Very well then. And what exactly does guarding that door entail? To put it simply... Oh, I know. It was my job to stand in front of the door without moving an inch. Oh? Detective Gumshoe, you mean to tell me that you didn't take a single step away from the door to lobby number 2? Is that really what you wish to testify to the effect of? You got it, pal. I didn't take a single step away from that door just like I was ordered not to. Why is everyone so quiet all of a sudden? Because we're all in shock and in awe of your utter stupidity. Scruffy, if you're going to lie, at least tell us a more believable one. Ouch. But I'm not lying. I should hurry up and bring this insipid testimony to a close. And until they heard the gunshot, I didn't take a single step away from lobby number 2 door. I'm only going to ask you one more time, Detective Gumshoe. Are you sure you stood in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time? Yep, after I was told to by Detective Bad, I stood guard in front of the door without a single break. So believe me when I say that I was in the hallway the whole time already, pal. Here we go again. Why did everyone go quiet all of a sudden again? Apparently someone has a bit of trouble reading between the lines. Well, what's that supposed to mean? I don't. Be quiet. Yo. I should hurry up and bring this. Okay. Hold on, I want to read all the statements. I want to press it all. On my own as a detective, so it wasn't me, pal. Oh yeah, last statement. Then I'll do a save. Would you be willing to swear that there was no one else in that hall beside you? What are you talking about? I just swore to you that I was doing my job, pal. Oh, then what are you acting so nervous for? What? I'm not nervous at all, pal. Anyway, not a single person other than myself was in that hall the whole time. I should just let go. Pursuing this train of thought at this time would just be a waste of time. It is, but I kind of want to see it. To have such a foolishly foolish contradiction in such a foolishly foolish testimony is just plain old foolish. Indeed. However, in the pursuit of the perfect investigation, I'm afraid we have to deal with it by squashing it under the weight of the evidence. Yeah. Evidence. Okay, cut. Okay. Came down here as soon as I got there. The order to stay in number 2, and until I heard the gunshot, I didn't take a single step away from the lobby number 2. So did I just present the handprint here? Alright, yeah. I have an objection. What is it, pal? Detective Gumshoe, I wonder if you might recognize this from somewhere. Hey, it's one of those things. The courthouse special Swiss rolls, right, pal? Precisely. In that case, I suppose that you also recall the sullied hallway bench? Hey, you know what? I think it was probably me that did that. Detective Gumshoe, you know you can't go around dirtying up the courthouse like this. You inconsiderate surly pig. Pig. I promise to clean it up later, sir, I swear. Now then, shall we get down to business? About the fact that you didn't move even a single step from in front of that door. If that really were the case, then how were you able to buy a pack of Swiss rolls? You see, I have really long arms, and furthermore, if you didn't move a single step from in front of that door, how did you manage to get that bench dirty with your grubby hands? Ouch! Damn, poor Gumshoe's getting fucking abused here. It appears that Francisca's whip can do more damage than my words alone can. Oh, excuse me. Alright, I confess, pal. I was so hungry, so I bought a pack for myself, okay? I thought I'd get chewed out again if anyone found out about me eating on the job, so I didn't want to say anything. Well, unfortunately for you, I saw you do the whole dastardly deed. I clearly saw you buying a pack of Swiss rolls from the vending machine. Okay. I'm sorry for lying. But that's all I'm sorry for. You got that? Because I'm not holding anything else back. That last statement. It may sound like it makes sense. However, there is something I don't quite believe about it. Are you sure you're not withholding further information from us? Huh? Of course not. I've got nothing else to hide, pal. Fucking hell. Oh, if only that were true, Detective Gumshoe. But it is true, pal. I swear there's nothing else. Detective Gumshoe, I'm sure you're aware of the price of a pack of Swiss rolls, correct? Huh? Remind me again, pal. There's a vending machine out there in the hallway. They're selling packs of 2 Swiss rolls for $6 a pack. And yet, according to you, you didn't have any cash on you until you cashed your $5 annual bonus check. Isn't that right? Oh. Let me ask then, how did you manage to purchase a pack all by yourself? Can you provide me with a proper explanation to that? I told you I bought it by myself, pal. There wasn't anyone else in that hallway with me, so there's no one who could have helped me buy it. Wait, don't tell me. You got some kind of proof that there was someone else in that hallway, don't you? Correct. As if you could. I mean, what are the chances of that? Wait, you do? Of course I do. Ooh, what? How? What proof do I have that there must have been someone else there in the hallway? The balloon! Peace. Ah, fuck you, gang. What the heck is that? I knew you didn't really have anything. You prosecutors are all the same, always lying to people. You should stop, you know. No! I refuse to be lectured by the likes of you, detective. Miles, how long do you plan on being strung along by this moronic detective? I have no intention of falling for his lie, because there was definitely a second person. Because if it was truly alone all along, then that piece of evidence should not exist. But the balloon! is the fucking Swiss roll. Fuck you. So upsetting. Hey, you showed that to me not 2 seconds ago, pal. Ah, I think you're under the mistaken impression that I bought this pack of rolls. Wait, if you didn't buy it, then that means you must have stolen it. You thief! What? I would never do such a thing. All you lies are the same. You start out as thieves, you're under arrest, pal. I believe you meant to assert that all thieves started as liars. And in that case, what does that say about you, detective? This particular Swiss roll was dropped by a certain someone who kicked me really hard from behind, and there were 2 rolls in this package. You ate one of them, but you then gave the other one to a certain other person, didn't you? No wait, pal, you got it all wrong. I ate both of them. Oh, please no. Oh shit, sidestep. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Kinda wish that she kicked him in the balls again. Alright, let me take a sip. Okay, Edgeworth. Fucking sidestep master over here. It would appear that we caught you at last. Hey, don't you dare do anything bad to that girl. She had every right to kick you in the balls. It would appear that they do know each other after all. So, why do you continue to come up to me and kick me? Have I wronged you somehow? I have a name, and it's Kay. Kay what? Kay Faraday. Faraday? Are you perhaps Mr. Faraday's daughter? I'm not a you, I'm Kay. Kay. You know, good little girls don't kick other people's balls. Especially not hard enough to leave big nasty bruises like the way you do. Oh my gosh, Edgeworth. Honestly, I would check too. Well then you shouldn't have put Gummy under arrest, mister. Gummy? My guess is that she's talking about Detective Gumshoe. What a cute nickname you've given him. Gummy didn't do anything wrong. Okay. It appears that I will need to speak with her in a bit more detail. Yeah, that's adorable. Okay. Let me see if this changes. It's the defense attorney's bench. Probably stay on this side of the courtroom if the incident hadn't happened. Okay. Alright then, so I'll talk to the judge. Oh dear, sigh. What is the matter, Your Honor? I claim to hand down fair verdicts, but I unfairly cast suspicion on the big fella. If this had been a trial just now, I would have destroyed his life. I am the guilty one. Oh. We all make mistakes, Your Honor. To err is human, to forgive divine, as they say. Who said that? Someone said the exact same line in one of the in the first trilogy. To err is human, to forgive divine. I think Godo said that. I think he's the one who said that. Okay. Oh, although if you were to make a mistake during a trial, then it would be quite unforgivable. Okay, so I could Gumshoe. Hey, no harm feelings, pal, right? It appears that we caught you red-handed eating a Swiss roll. Look, I'm sorry about lying to you, pal. And, do you have nothing else to say? Should do. It was so fluffy and sweet and big. And it was perfection, pal. And totally worth every penny of my bonus. I see. Well, good for you, detective. I can't believe it, but it's almost funny when a foolish is this unbelievably foolish. It's like for Francisca. Yes, what it is? Notice anything? Excuse me. That's a girl. She seems to know that scruffy detective. Maybe she knows something about him that we don't. Agreed. However, she seems to be rather uncooperative at the moment. She's like a stray alley cat. Haha. I wonder what would happen if we fed her. Perhaps I will try feeding her. Venue evidence? The balloon piece. Okay. Got it. You don't like me? I got it. The testimony. Okay, yeah. Alright, we're done here. KK. I'm gonna walk up to you now. Fucking animation. Now then, K. Yes. She's like a stray cat. I wonder if I should feed her something. Would you like a badge? Or an overview? Or maybe some testimony? How about a handgun or a knife? Would you like some a fountain pen? Maybe a plastic bag with blood? Swiss roll. Ew. A detective gumshoe's fingerprints. Alright, here you go. Have a Swiss roll. Okay, I promise to give this to you if you calm down. Ooh, a Swiss roll. It really belongs to you though, doesn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I was saving it for Daddy, but he died. Sorry. Oh my. Your father, he's... don't you say another word, pal. She doesn't know yet. Thanks for watching out for me, Gummy. But I already know about Daddy. I overheard the guards talking. No, don't cry. About how he's not here anymore. Daddy! Edgeworth's like, oh, I lost my daddy too. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I couldn't protect him. Okay. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna... I'm sorry, this is serious. Hooray! Dun, 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 dun. It's alright, Kay. My daddy died too when I was a kid. It's really great for character development, I promise. Let it all out. Your father just passed away after all. I myself was also involved in a case at this courthouse when I was a young child. A case in which my father, who was a defense attorney, passed away. All of my dreams of becoming a lawyer were crushed into fine ash on that nightmarish day. Even now, the wound festers deep in the depths of my soul. And if anything, I had it worse than you. I was trapped in a fucking elevator and almost suffocated to death. So, you know, you really have no reason to cry about. Ever since that incident, I've dedicated myself to locking away every criminal I can. And now, to have this happen right in front of me. This child, I feel a certain shared fate, a common bond between us. Miles Edgeworth, what sort of gentleman are you? Are you going to just stand there and watch a lady cry? Ah, you're right. Sorry about that. Okay, here. How about we use this handkerchief here and dry your little eyes? Quiver. Honk. Alright. Oh, my cravat! Don't blow your nose on that. I feel better now. Thanks. Alright, well. Awesome. Alright, still same. Okay. Alright, got it. Oh man. I really like this episode. It's really good.
I think it's like the most fun I had in so far in the game.
Okay, are you going to be alright?
Yep, I'm over it. I'm already alright.
Somehow I highly doubt that, but I'm not going to push it.
I promised Daddy I'd never cry in front of strangers.
And you're a good kid, aren't you, Kay? You always keep your promises, right?
Hee, that's right.
Nod.
Even if I can't see Daddy anymore, I'm still going to keep all my promises.
You're a very brave girl, Kay.
You're a very good child for keeping the promises you made to your papa. I'll even testify that you didn't cry just for you. Thank you very much, lady. Ha, it's nothing. I'm only telling the truth after all.
It would appear that because her father was a respected prosecutor, Francisca is sympathetic to Kay's feeling. Your father that just died, tell me more about him. Kay, what kind of person was your father?
Daddy was a hero of justice. His job was to catch all the bad people in the world.
So, to you, a prosecutor is a hero of justice, huh? I suppose we're in a sense as we are the ones who seek guilty verdicts for criminals.
Plus, you know what? Whenever I came to the courthouse, Daddy would buy me my absolute favorite treat, Swiss rolls.
Oh?
I want to be a hero of justice someday just like Daddy. So I've been working really hard.
I see. And what have you been working hard on?
I've been working hard to keep all the promises Daddy and I made together.
What does it say? Promises, Kay? A promise notebook? May I take a look inside, Kay?
Sure, okay.
It appears to be an exchange diary of sorts between father and daughter. Mr. Faraday's writing conveys a sense of the kind of man he was. This little notebook just might come in handy later. I'm gonna take it. Thank you for showing it to me, Kay. I want to take a look at it. Exchange diary between Mr. Faraday and Kay. Kay's promises to Daddy. Promise 1, never take things from a stranger. Promise 2, never go anywhere with a stranger. Promise 3, always greet people with a smile, even people you don't know. Promise 4, never cry in front of strangers. Promise 5, always try your hardest to learn about things you don't understand. Daddy's job is to make sure that everyone follows the rules. Kay, be a good girl and promise that you'll keep your promises to me, okay? Love your daddy. Oh, how sweet. I hope you'll continue to work hard and become a hero just like your father.
I'm gonna try.
Hey, Kay. Hey, Kay. So, I'm a detective that catches the bad people, right? That makes me a hero too.
Yeah, you're really cool too, Gummy.
Yeah, alright, Kay. What is up with the two of them? I hand down verdicts of justice, so that makes me a hero too. Yes, and thanks to your also heroic testimony, you almost painted that detective as a vile criminal and sent him off to jail. I'm really sorry about that.
Gummy's not a bad man, okay?
That poor judge. He's being treated like a vile criminal rather than a hero of justice. It appears that you and Detective Gumshoe are good friends, Kay.
Yeah, we're friends.
In that case, would you mind telling me a little more about him? Tell me about Dick Gumshoe. So I take it that you ran into Detective Gumshoe earlier.
Yep. I was on my way to see Daddy when I saw Gummy standing there. He was standing in the hallway staring really hard at the vending machine, so I said hi.
And when was this?
Before everything got crazy.
How long were the two of you together?
We only talked for a little while, and then we went on our own ways.
That's right, pal. Kay and I only talked for a little while, and that's it. Oh, which means we have now confirmed that Kay was in the hallway during the recess. Isn't that right? Yeah, you got me.
I told you to stop picking on Gummy, mister.
Very well then. I'll just have to speak with a good detective in private later. Okay. Swiss rolls. Were you the one who bought this? Were you the one who bought this pack of Swiss rolls, Kay?
Well, I didn't really have a lot of money, and I somehow made $1 out of all the pennies and quarters I had. But that still wasn't enough, and I really wanted one. Come to think of it, she did come and ask me to exchange a handful of change for $1. And that's when you came and asked me to change your monies, correct? Yeah, thanks a bunch for doing that, mister. Although that didn't save you from me kicking you in the balls. Sure. But let me ask you, even with that dollar, you still didn't have enough, correct? Well, that's why... Hey, if you bully Kay anymore, I'm gonna have to arrest you, pal. Need I remind you that you're the one already under arrest? Yo. I sense that Kay is going to be less than forthcoming with this question. Sorry about your roughly thing. Sigh. Yes, well, now that it's positively drenching your nasal mucus. Don't worry, Kay, I have a spare. So here, you can have this one. But Daddy said, never take things from a stranger. And it's one of the promises you made in your promise notebook, correct? Yeah, look, see, it's right here on this page. Alright then, I'm not giving this to you. I'm merely allowing you to borrow it. You can take it home, wash it nice and clean, and then give it back to me the next time we meet. Okay, Daddy never said I couldn't borrow things from strangers. Hell yeah. Fucking... Oh my gosh. Fuck, what was it called again? Hell, technicalities. Let's go. Anyway, now then, Detective Gumshoe. Uh-oh. I believe it is now crystal clear that you were with little K in that hallway. Oh. Yeah. I told you to stop beating me the gummy. Hold it. Miles Edgeworth, there is still something you have yet to resolve. I beg your pardon? You still haven't offered an explanation for why that man would lie to us. That's, well... Gummy, don't tell me you lied for my sake. Hey, don't worry about it, Kay. Everything is gonna be okay. So that's why. So what was Detective Gumshoe's motive for lying? If you can't explain that, then you call this... If you can't explain that, then you can't call this a perfect investigation. His reasons for lying is very simple. What? Here's what I believe to be his reason. From simple observation of the detective's action and his interactions with Kay, it's obvious the detective was lying for the young girl's sake. And this piece of evidence will show you exactly why. I'm gonna say. Good. Okay. Which piece of evidence proves that Detective Gumshoe was lying on the account of Kay? Well... I just noticed a pink balloon around, found on the windowsill of the hallway window. Proves Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay. It's gotta maybe the promised notebook? Never go anywhere, never take things. Always treat people with a smile, never cry. Always try their hardest to learn about things. A balloon piece. Sat where you ate a Swiss roll. Which piece of evidence proves that Detective Gumshoe was lying on account of Kay? Probably gonna be the balloon piece. I really don't know. Oh, we're at an hour. We're at the hour mark. Hour marking. Okay. Maybe the balloon. This is that piece of evidence. What are you showing it? What are you showing me that for? It doesn't seem to add anything to the conversation. I don't get what you're trying to say with that, or do... or do you just like showing it off? Are you gonna give that to me, mister? I don't feel that the court needs to enter that into the court record at this time. Ugh. What is wrong with everyone? Why are they all teasing me all of a sudden? Although it's possible that perhaps I made a mistake and that's why. Now then, back to the topic at hand. Detective Gumshoe lied for Kay's sake, and I know I hold the evidence which shows the reason why. Okay, I'm not losing health on this. The notebook. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Mr. Faraday and Kay's promised notebook. How does this explain anything? If you could take a look at this page, it's clearly written that Kay should never take things from a stranger. When Detective Gumshoe heard about that promise, he tried to cover for Kay. What a foolishly foolish fools of a foolish reason for a fool. Hell yeah, I think I got that one to go. Yo. Gummy, you lied because of me, didn't you? Because I'm your friend, Kay, and that's why. Gummy. At long last, Detective Gumshoe, can you please tell me the whole truth now? Guess there's no beating you, huh, pal? Okay, I'll spill the goods. I've been standing guard for a while. I was getting really hungry, and that snack vending machine was taunting me. But all the cash you all the cash you had on you was $5, and that wasn't enough to buy anything, right? After all, the cheapest item in that vending machine is $6 pack of Swiss rolls. Yeah, but then, like an angel from heaven, Kay showed up. I was thinking about sharing a I was thinking about sharing a snack with Daddy, so I wanted to buy a Swiss roll. I had about $1 in coins. So we pulled my $5 and our $1 together, and bought a pack of Swiss rolls together. But I was worried about breaking one of my promises. So then Gummy said, Mr. Faraday is one scary guy when he gets mad. But don't worry, you won't get in trouble if I don't tell, right? Besides, you bought it with me, so you didn't really get it from me, you know? He told me it'd be okay. And he gave me a whole roll and to save and give to Daddy. So sweet. Who knew... Damn, why the sudden music change? Who knew that the Scruffy could be so considerate? Indeed. Detective, I take it that you then sat down on the bench and ate the rolls together? Yeah, we split the other roll and ate it right then. The sweet taste of that cake's chocolate, I'll never forget as long as I live, pal. Anyway, Kay, I believe this also belongs to you. Oh, that's from the balloon I popped. It's bad manners to leave garbage lying around, Kay. I'm sorry. Well, I guess I can't blame you for not throwing this one piece away. It was sitting high up on a windowsill where you couldn't see it. So just this once, I forgive you. But that balloon, I wanted to surprise Gummy a little, so I popped it on purpose. And because of me, Gummy dropped this half of the Swiss roll. Wow, you really got me there, pal. So I thought maybe I should give Gummy this other roll. And then I saw you picking on Gummy, mister. So you kicked me in the balls, is that it? You sure are the feisty one. I'm really sorry, mister. It's alright, I'm perfectly unharmed. But about this Swiss roll, would it be alright with you if I held onto it until Detective Gumshoe is cleared of all charges and free to go? Yeah, sure. Just make sure you give it to Gummy afterwards, okay? Of course, I promise. Now then, I believe we have proven beyond the shadow of a doubt that Detective Gumshoe was in the hallway for the entire duration of his duty, which undeniably proves that Detective Gumshoe could not have committed the double murders. Objection! Oh, you. Wait, who did that voice again? And it's Miss You. Actually, it proves just the opposite, Edgeworth. You've just shown that Detective Gumshoe is the only one who could have committed the crime. What do you mean? It's quite rude to eavesdrop, Miss Yu. I'm getting lectured on manners? By a girl with a penchant for whipping people? What? How dare you talk back with such insolence? You're wrong, lady. Gummy's not the bad guy. Oh, and what have we here? What is a child doing here in a courthouse? Bailiff, please take this child in. Ah! What? Miss Callisto, you. That girl is Mr. Faraday's. I know. So what? You think just because she's the victim's daughter, she gets to just run wild all around the crime scene? Hell, even Francisca's not supposed to be fucking here either. I think it's actually quite dangerous for her to speak. Nothing of getting underfooted. I suppose you're right. However, as long as you're in agreement on that point, let's get back to the real issue at hand. Now then, Detective, you were in front of the door to lobby number 2 the entire time, correct? Can I please get my health back? Yeah, but, You see, isn't it obvious that it could only be the detective? He is the only person who could have gotten to lobby number 2 at the time of the murders. Ugh. I have no counter-argument to that. Don't worry, I already put in the necessary paperwork for his formal arrest. But the investigation is far from over. Oh, that's right. I was going to speak with you about that. Don't you think it's reckless to talk to the suspect out in the open without a guard? I suppose it is. Well, as someone with more experience in law than you, allow me to share something. Always keep a good eye on a criminal or you may regret what comes of your negligence. Ooh. Miles, I can't believe you're letting this woman lecture you like this. This is unforgettable as a disciple of Von Karma. Haha. Down, Tigress. Now then, I'll be looking forward to the results of your investigation. So we're back to square one. Actually, this is our last chance. I can't tell that if we fail to solve this case, Detective Gumshoe will be formally charged under all the circumstantial evidence. This investigation is not over yet. There's still one location we have yet to inspect. It's where Detective Bad and Miss Yu were at the time of the crime. Lobby number 1. Please, my health. I'm gonna be going to the end without health. Okay, whatever happens, I cannot let my health go below half, because if I do get a chance to heal again, then it will refill. It only refills half of it, not the whole thing. So, yep, can't at least. Yeah, I gotta have at least half health. I'm gonna take a sip. September 10th, 5:45 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 1. We're back. What is this incredibly overpowering sweet scent? It smells like flowers. Uncle Bad, is this it? Isn't that Detective Bad and K over there? You did not. Okay, whatever. It looks like she managed to escape the bailiff. What is that? Oh, it's perfume. Looks like perfume. No. Wait. His voice. I got it. No, that's not quite it. Too bad, but it's so pretty. I think you're still a bit too young to be wearing that. But since you found it, I guess I can let you keep it. Thanks, I'll treasure it always. Those two seem to get along rather well. Oh, here. I got something else for you. A gun. Yay, thank you, Uncle Bad. Earlier, I ate one of these with Gummy. Gummy? Oh, you mean Gumshoe. Gummy is... He was trying to be nice to me because I was gonna get in trouble. Excuse me. And then he got in trouble because he lied to protect me. Gummy. Hiccup. I know he didn't kill Daddy.
Don't cry. Verity will be sad if you saw you crying.
I'm not crying.
Okay.
Oh, it's the mister from before and the lady too.
Don't you think it would be a good idea to go home for the time being?
You're not involved in the investigation, so it's for the best that you do. Yes, go back home to your daddy. Oh, my bad. Actually, I'm Uncle Bad's assistant, so I'm related to the investigation.
Is that so, Detective Bad?
Yeah, I guess. What? You were just scolding us like kids to not mess up this crime scene. And now you let this child run free? Why?
People are free to investigate things outside of the actual crime scene. You also had a few things you wanted to look into. Got a problem with that?
I don't have a problem with that, but I am curious as to what Miss Yu was looking into. Uncle Bad, I'm gonna go look somewhere else now, okay?
Alright. I'm gonna leave you unsupervised. I'm counting on you.
Oh, that's right. Hey, mister.
Yes, what is it?
I know Gummy isn't really the bad guy. I mean it. So, please, find the real bad guy, okay?
I won't forgive whoever did this, but in the absence of the perfect piece of testimony and evidence, there is no one else who could be the true culprit other than Detective Gumshoe. She wandered off while I was pondering. I hate it when people do that. How dare you leave when I'm pondering? Let me examine this table again. It may not look like much, but I find that ordinary tables like this ones are very useful.
I think it's time they brought a new one. I wonder if they will replace this table if I hit it hard enough with my whip.
A much too heavy-handed method if I ever saw one.
TV. This television is the same model as the one in defendant lobby number 2. Looks like the two rooms are basically the same in terms of layout and supplies.
Yes. The two rooms are basically the same, huh? Interesting. Chair? Can I... There we go. Alright, same thing. Got it.
Oh, let's look at this. Let's look at this. What an incredibly strong scented herbal tea.
I fear that more than being relaxing, this scent may make one a bit heady instead.
You put in a special request for that. No wonder she's so violent if she's drinking this stuff the whole time.
Neither woman should be allowed to comment on this particular topic ever.
I don't get it. Look at this.
That expensive painting is ill-suited to be hanging on the wall of this room.
I wonder if a guard detail should be placed on it.
Why do you say that?
Oh, I gotta wipe my thing.
Okay. By thing, I mean I.
Well, a desperate low-paid detective might make off with it someday, you never know.
She may be thinking about hiring a guard, but it's obvious she isn't factoring in that guard's salary whatsoever. Alright, let me take a look at this again. Strong scented herbal tea. Hear that shit. You put in a special request for that. No wonder she's so violent if she's drinking this stuff all the time. Sorry, I skipped that one line there. I fear that that's not more than being relaxing. The scent may make one a bit heady. Put in a special request for that. Okay. Alright, I kinda get it. Window. One of the windows in this lobby is open as well. The air conditioner is working just fine in this room, so why did they open it, I wonder? Tree. This decorative plant's leaves are shinier than the ones on the plant in lobby number 2. Detective Bad, why do you have your hand in your coat?
That's probably because it's next to the windows where it's easier to photosynthesize.
You may be right. Plus, the curtains are always drawn in lobby number 2.
The caretakers of this courthouse don't think enough about the plants, do they? That's because they're courthouse caretakers, not a bunch of botanists. Alright, Detective Bad. Detective Bad, what exactly was Kay searching for?
Nothing that concerns you, boy.
Oh, and I suppose it has something to do with Kay?
It does, because she's Faraday's daughter. Anyway, hurry up and get to the point, or else I'll shoot you. I don't have time to waste.
It sounds like you'd rather be left alone. I have something I'd like to confirm with you once again.
I don't have anything to say to you.
Ho ho ho. No, 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 no. Be that as it may, we still have questions that we need answers to. Now then, first of all, what is the overpowering smell that is permeating this room? Upon entering this room, I thought I was going to suffocate.
It's that ultra-strong perfume you wears. She spilled some of it. I was having a bad time of it myself. I didn't think twice and opened the window, but that smell's still here.
Perfume, huh? So the sweet scent in the air is perfume. Well, it's giving off quite a stench. I bet it's some cheap no-name brand.
She said it's a famous brand from overseas.
It's a knockoff, yes, definitely a knockoff.
No disrespect, but she forced one of those bottles on me. Here, little girl, you can have it.
I was born for much more expensive and refined perfume. However, seeing as how you just happen to have a spare, I suppose I'll take it. Miles Edgeworth, you will hold on to this bottle without fail.
Ugh. Why can't she ever be honest about what her wants?
Misused perfume. So now that we have the perfume Misused wears, are just fantastic. Perfume given to Bad by you, same perfume as the one spilled in lobby number 1. Okay. Excuse me.
Ugh. Is that all you wanted to talk about? If so, I'm going back to investigating.
Actually, I still have a few other things I wish to inquire about. During the recess. So you were in this room the entire recess.
Like I said, I made a call to the precinct to get that big lug down here. But other than that, I was waiting for the recess to end in here.
At least your story is consistent. Earlier, you stated that you were in this lobby with Miss Yu.
Yeah, I ran into her in the hallway. She said she wanted to talk to me about something, so we came in here.
Then what you're saying is that until Detective Gumshoe's arrival, you and Miss Yu were in 2 different locations.
Guess I am.
Interesting. Speaking of that lawyer, she seems to have a great dislike for you.
Ugh.
Let's see. Miss Yu was the sister of the victim of the KG8 incident, and as I recall, Detective Bad was the lead detective on the case. I wonder if the reason for your disdain isn't simply because you failed to guard Cece, but because you were the lead detective of the case.
You knew?
I also know that today's trial involving the Kodopian embassy staff member is being referred to as the second KG8 incident. Boop. Just gonna boop your nose. Boop. Now then, Detective, I believe it's time you were honest with me and told me the truth behind your relationship with Miss Yu and Mr. Faraday and the KG8 incident.
If you already know that much, I guess it'd be alright to tell you.
Alright. Now then, I'd like to ask you a few questions about the KG8 incident.
It's not exactly a happy story, other than the people who were directly involved. You two will be the first to hear what I'm about to tell. Damn. The honest truth behind the KG8 incident. Faraday, you, and I. As you already know, we 3 were involved with the KG8 incident. Faraday and I, we were originally on the trail of a smuggling ring.
Alright, I gotta drink. I gotta drink. You mean the smuggling case involving one of the Amano Group's secretaries? That trial was just a front. A facade? Yeah, but the case became tainted. All because the witness who was going to testify about the Yamano's group ties to the smuggling ring CCU was killed. Then what became of the secretary who was arrested? His name was Colin Devoret. Oh, shit. To be honest, that guy didn't know a thing about the smuggling ring. But he confessed to knowing about it anyways. Devoret was probably being intimidated by the big boss man. Just another scapegoat. Damn, I'm losing the voice. The boss man of the Amano group? He can't seriously mean Mr. Ernest Amano. That can't be right. It's probably just Detective Bad's personal hypothesis. What is he trying to do suspecting Mr. Amano of being involved with smuggling? I suppose it would have been quite difficult to secure an acquittal after he confessed. But the man who killed CCU, Manny Cochin, was a completely different person. But since he's already been acquitted once of her murder, Mr. Faraday... Mr. Faraday, how could you have let him go? If I remember correctly, I heard that Mr. Faraday had an important piece of evidence stolen from him. That wasn't Faraday's fault. It was mine. I wasn't vigilant enough. Faraday, Cece, I was supposed to protect them both. Miss Yu did mention that as well, about how Detective Bad was supposed to guard her sister. But even I, who was supposed to protect them, I fell into their trap. What kind of trap? The holes in his jacket are a testament to that trap. You mean you were fired upon? I knew it. I called it. Well, I didn't call it. I was making a joke, but... Oh, well, it came true. You were shot at that many times in one gunfight? No. Only about half of these are from that case. But the reason I continue to wear this jacket is to remind myself of the lessons I learned from the KG8 incident. I see. I couldn't protect CCU, and the suspect was found not guilty. We had hit a brick wall as far as the law was concerned. And that's when she came to the courtroom, the victim's sister. That's when I first met Callisto Yu. Callisto, not Callisto. Relation to you. About when you first met Yu. It was on the day the verdict of the KG8 incident was handed down, was it not? Yes, Faraday and we apologized to her from the bottom of our hearts. It was all that we can do. I don't think I read a word there. Just saying you're sorry won't bring my sister back, she said. And then she gave me a hard slap across the face. Well, she certainly had a lot of self-control to stop at just a slap. If it was me, not even 100 lashes would have been punishment enough. I suppose not. You said it herself. That she never wanted to see either of us ever again. But after that, you've seen her many times over, correct? Yeah. Faraday and I, even after the KG8 incident had come to a close, we continued to hunt down the smuggling ring and got involved in a variety of cases. But it was no use. We cracked so many different cases. But the result was always the same. We couldn't find the real mastermind behind the ring. I gotta take a sip. Is the ring really that big? It was in the pursuit of the ring that we met you once again. It was during another trial related to the smuggling ring. Faraday was the prosecutor and I, as the lead detective, took to the witness stand. She appeared out of the blue as the defense attorney. Oh. Her client was related to the smuggling ring. Oh. Her client was related to the smuggling ring and she was defending them? Yeah. Yu was pursuing the ring as best as she could as a lawyer. I think she defended Rail this time, for the same reason. Come to think of it, Miss Yu did say something to the same effect. I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for the leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words into my mouth. I said no such things. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Rell was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him ever. So don't you dare suggest I was going to. It doesn't matter what her reason is. Helping the criminals is just despicable. You're so naive, little girl. I could have stolen this lollipop from you, and that's how naive you are. How dare you insult the daughter of a Von Karma? Just like us, you felt that she had hit the limit of what the law can do. That's all. The law is merely a tool. There is no limit to it, only the skill of the craftsman. You two are still too young, but one day, you'll know what I mean. But enough sidetracking. What matters is that we've met you again, in pursuit of the smuggling ring. That's all. Relation to Faraday. So what was your relation to Mr. Faraday? You even seem to know Kay fairly well. I've met him when he was a rookie prosecutor. Known him ever since. And Kay, I've known her since the day she was born. Faraday and we cracked quite a few cases together. But you two seem to have made no progress at all in the Yada Garasu case. Gotta take a sip. Did we touch a nerve? I only have one thing to say to you. No one knew more about the Yatagarasu than me and Faraday. That's why I was called upon to testify in today's trial, to prove that Rel was not the real Yatagarasu. Which I could have done if he hadn't turned around and accused Faraday. After the accusation, I was asked to testify, but this time, to prove or disprove this accusation, but I guess I won't be doing that either. I sense that there's more to that statement than meets the eye. Perhaps a bit more digging into the Yatagarasu is what's necessary. Jeez, so much dialogue. I mean, I know it's a novelization game. Or novel game, whatever. But, like, still, I mean, just this one... I mean, you know what I mean. You claim to know how much the Yatagarasu. Would you care to share what you know with me? What you two should be looking for right now is proof of murderous intent towards Faraday and Rel. I agree, which is exactly why I'm asking you about the Yatagarasu. What? The KG8 incident and the second KG8 incident, both of these cases are tied to the smuggling ring. And in both of these cases, the witness who was to testify about the ring was murdered. However, there is one point in which they differ, and that is the presence or absence of the great thief Yatagarasu. Mr. Rel claimed to be the Yatagarasu. However, in the middle of the trial, he suddenly declared Mr. Faraday to be the real Yata. Then, during the recess, they were both killed. Don't you find that to be the least bit odd? Miles Edgeworth, stop beating around the bush and just spit it out already. I believe that there must be some reason that the two men suspected of being the Yata were both killed at the same time. A reason, huh? And so, in order to catch Mr. Faraday's and Mr. Rel's cold-blooded killer, I feel that I need to learn as much as I can about the Yata. If it will help you solve this case, then I'll tell you. I'll tell you the reason why we never caught the Yata. What was that sudden outburst for? You almost made me whip you by accident. Oh. It still accidentally whipped me anyway. There are three main reasons why the Yata will always be one step ahead. First, the Yatagarasu always knows the exact location of the target object. Second, the Yata always knows exactly how to disarm the security system. Third, the Yata doesn't leave a single shred of evidence behind, ever. I see. So those are the Yata's special traits. Sounds like an incredibly elusive thief. Oh my gosh, his voice is killing my voice. Gosh, I need to change his voice or figure out something. The Yatagarasu has never been caught on tape, never tries to draw anyone's attention, and would never do something as lowbrow as commit murder. Hold on. Alright. That's how I knew that Rel wasn't the real Yara right away. Oh, no, it's fucking that was fucking bad. But you can't use that sort of logic on its own to prove that he wasn't. Listen, little girl, I'm not done talking yet. What's different about this time was that evidence related to the smuggling ring was sent to the police, and the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodopian embassy, the Yata. The Yata sent the evidence? Until now, the Yata would always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. Excuse me. In that case, how can you be so sure that it was the Yatagarasu who sent it? That's easy. A special card that only the Yata uses was attached. That's how I can be so sure. And just what sort of card is it? Here, take a look at this article. Whenever the Yata wants to publicize, gosh, fuck. My throat, it hurts so much. Publicize something. A white card is sent along with the stolen information. But when we questioned Rel about what was sent along with the white card, Rel had no idea what it was. Fuck, I'm gonna have to power through, I guess. Okay. Ah, and that's how Detective Bad knew that Mr. Rel was a phony. Thank you very much. I have a much better understanding of the Yatagarasu now. Excuse me, Mr. Edgeworth. Yes? His Honor would like to transfer the evidence from today's trial over to you. So if you could please head over to the courtroom, I'd be much appreciated, sir. Understood. I'll be there shortly. Detective Bad, what does the law mean to you? Finding the answer to that question is the only reason I'm still alive. I became a prosecutor to find the answer to that question myself, and to play a part in ensuring that all criminals everywhere are found guilty, even if they are innocent. September 10th, this record number 3. Oh, it's you, Mr. Edgeworth. Oh. It appears that His Honor is still a bit dispirited. For the first time today, I experienced what it's like to stand at the witness stand. Oh, I now have a greater appreciation for just how hard it is to give testimony. Well, there's no reason for you to be all depressed about it, Your Honor. As a judge, no one expects you to think about anything other than the verdict. Francisca, there is no need to further dispress His Honor. But I'm not trying to, Miles. Your Honor, Your Honor, I've come to collect the evidence that was to be transferred to me. Your Honor, the evidence? Your Honor! Oh, you! Yes, can I help you? I'd like to collect the evidence now, sir. Your Honor, Do you think you can stay focused long enough to at least do your job?
Yes, I'm sorry.
And I would expect that the defense attorneys has yet to arrive. She is busy with the investigation, so let's keep this brief, shall we?
Very well. In that case, please confirm that all the pieces of evidence are present. Furthermore, the evidence that was used in the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell are also included, so please go ahead and use them in your investigation to their case.
Understood, Your Honor. The pieces of evidence that were used in the murder of these two men. This could be a very good chance for me to find new leads regarding their case. And maybe even something that will finally lead me to the truth.
I place all the evidence over at the prosecutor's bench for you.
Are we actually gonna do a court battle? Please let me do it.
I see. Thank you very much. I will go and confirm that they're all accounted for.
Damn, I can just explore now? Well, okay, I think I have to go check this first. Can I get a little hint into what the defense is gonna have? Jeez, this text. Evidence that Miss Yu prepared is just sitting here on this table. You know you can't just walk off with it, right? Of course I do. Miss Yu must have been caught off guard by her client's sudden accusation. I wonder how she could have defended Mr. Rell in that case if he was still alive. Alright, let's take a look at it, I think. Or, let's look at the judge.
Sorry.
It would appear that the judge is still a bit dispirited.
Stop that! You're being so depressing. No.
You should listen to her, Your Honor, before things go from bad to worse. Although it can't really get much worse for him, other than to be whipped by her. Alright, let's take a look. So this is the evidence related to today's Codopian Embassy trial from Mr. Faraday's bag. You mean the evidence bags that was on the table in lobby number 2, right? Yes, finally, we can now take a look at the evidence itself and not just data about them. Let's be sure to thoroughly examine them while we have the time.
Agreed. I want to take a good look at how all the evidence from the embassy murder too.
And why is that?
Because I still don't fully understand what today's trial was about. Ugh. Don't point your crop at me just because you don't know something. And don't you try to order me around just because Papa chose you today.
I see someone is still being sore about not being picked by Mr. Von Karma.
It's also real to see the knife up close.
So we have the knife, the gun, an envelope, and what's this organizer doing here?
Oh, that's right. I completely forgot to tell you.
About what, Your Honor?
They found Mr. Faraday's personal organizer inside that evidence bags of his. Detective Bat requested it to be passed along to you. He said it would help the investigation.
Detective Bat said that?
What a strange stroke of luck.
We'll never look a gift horse in the mouth. Okay. We might as well flip through it too. I never heard of that scene. I won't rest until I shut up. Okay. First, the knife. It's the knife that was used to kill Mr. Faraday.
Who would have thought that such a beautiful piece of art could be used for such a cruel act?
And it never crosses your mind that you used your writing crop for the wrong purpose. The gun. This gun. It was originally used to kill the Codopian Embassy fucking member. When the crime was reported, the responding police found Mr. Rell still holding it, which led to his immediate arrest.
And then this gun took the original shooter's life. How ironic.
Indeed. There doesn't seem to be anything else we can learn from this piece of evidence. The wallet. Excuse me. Mr. Faraday's organizer. It appears that he was in the habit of using it. It looks like he wrote his strategy for getting Mr. Rail convicted down here. I was looking at the wallets. Did I not look at the wallet? I've collected the evidence I need to prove that Rail was the killer. Between the handgun Rail had on him when he was arrested in the surveillance stand, I should be able to prove that he was the one. Okay. It appears that Mr. Faraday honestly believed that Mr. Rail was the killer in the case. The sound of his handgun going off was recorded with superb clarity on the surveillance video. I also have evidence that I can use to prove that Rail is not the real Yanagarasu. And it would appear that he had proof that Mr. Rail was not the Yanagarasu. No matter how he may try to play it, as long as I have the Yada's key, I can prove he's a phony. If I present it to him in courts, it should clear everything up. And he apparently also had a very definitive piece of evidence. It's been a long battle. I hope that this will finally bring it to an end. Yes, I believe that Mr. Faraday was well prepared to discredit any claim Mr. Rail may have had about being the real Yada. And he had a way to prove that Mr. Rail was the guilty party in the Embassy murder. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. Awesome. Look, there's a picture stuck between the pages here. What is that? It appears to be a key, and a rather ornate one at that. Just look at the design of the handle. The craftsmanship is superb. Could this be the Yada's key Mr. Faraday mentioned in his organizer? The Yatagarasu's key? Detective Bat said something earlier. I already read this. I'm gonna read it again. What's different about the time was the evidence related to smuggling was sent to the police. And the sender was none other than the one who infiltrated the Kodobian embassy. The Yada. The Yada set the evidence? Until now, the Yanagarasu... Excuse me. Always publicize any corrupt dealings through the mass media. But not this time. The evidence this time was something only Faraday and I, and a select few others knew about. Mr. Faraday must have been trying to keep this secret key safe. As a prosecutor on both the Yada and smuggling ring cases, that's to be expected. The Yada key. That's odd. What is it? Mr. Faraday didn't mention anything about a knife in his organizer. That certainly is odd. The weapon that was used to kill the member was the gun. But if that's the case, then where did the knife that was used to murder Mr. Faraday come from? Isn't it obvious? It was brought into the courthouse by Mr. Rell. That's the only logical conclusion, right? No, because it's not that easy to smuggle a weapon like that in here. Well, apparently it's easy to smuggle anything in. Just fucking look at... what's the name? Bat? Acrobat? From, Justice for All... third case. I think it was called Turnabout Big Top. Because apparently he was able to sneak in a bust statue in this wheelchair. Somehow. So, obviously, courthouse security is ass. Every person who enters that courthouse doors is checked thoroughly for contraband. No. Oh, Edgeworth. Furthermore, the suspect was handcuffed, making it impossible for him to bring a knife as large as this inside. In that case, how do you suppose this knife ended up inside the courthouse? I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that this knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer, and that no one has claimed to have seen today. So in order to solve this mystery, I believe I will need to take another good look at the evidence. Miles Edgeworth, can I take the fact that you have yet to answer me to mean that you don't have an answer for me? Actually, I do know the answer, Francisca. What? Then, what is it? One of the pieces of evidence we've been holding has been hiding a secret of its own. And it was through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. Shit. Okay, I don't think I can lose my health here. Through this piece of evidence that the knife was brought into the courthouse. Could be the balloon, honestly. Braid with the strategy if I'm winning here. Okay, maybe not the organizer. Oh, let's take a look at this. Oh, it's just a picture. Is the key also a knife? Is that what's the implication here is? No, not the fountain pen. Okay, well, I'm gonna do a cut because I need to go pee. Alright, cut. Okay, I'm back. So we gotta find out how the knife was brought into the courthouse. I want to say it's the balloon. I mean, I can't back out, right? Yeah. But the knife was brought into the courthouse. Well, they inspect everything thoroughly, then it must have already been in here. Oh, maybe I should just present the knife itself. I don't see how that answers my questions at all. Every piece of evidence has some secretive aspect about it. Oh, then I demand to know what the secret is to this one. Alright, maybe there is no secret at this one. I need to think carefully here. There's nothing related to the knife written anywhere in Mr. Faraday's organizer. However, it is a fact that the knife came from Mr. Faraday's evidence bag. Conversely, there is one item listed in Mr. Faraday's organizer that no one has claimed to have seen today. I believe you need to cut all of the evidence. The knife was definitely brought in somehow. Okay, let me look at the organizer. Between the handgun, the surveillance tape, he has the key. The tape's not here. The bag. Okay, gosh. Now I'll just the key. What the hell? Oh, I guess the tape is on. It's the tape is in the courthouse. So fuck. Damn. All right, I got it. Got it. Too little, too late. This Yada's key, Mr. Faraday mentions in his organizer. This is how the knife was brought into the courthouse. You're not making any sense, Miles Edgeworth. You just need to look a bit closer, Francisca, to see what I mean. Does the color and ornamentation of the key handle remind you of anything? They do remind me of the knife. Very good. Both the Yada's key in this photo and the murderous knife have this very unique design on their handles. Furthermore, even though Mr. Faraday mentions the Yada's key, the only object we found at the crime scene was the knife. You don't seriously mean to say... It appears that you finally caught up. And yes, I do mean as saying that these two pieces are in fact one and the same. But that's impossible.
Sorry?
Even if that is what you believe, we should still investigate this possibility. Ugh. Now then, let's examine this knife in a little more detail.
The blood.
It's the weapon that was used to kill Mr. Faraday. The handle and the blade itself both have beautiful designs worked into them. Look, there's even a flower-shaped design in the gold section here. If this hasn't been used as a tool for murder, I'd want it for my... Oh, that's Francisca. She seems to be drawn to embellishments. Too bad this isn't mine to give. Now the handle. It's a knife that turns into a key? Wow. Oh wait, hold up my nose. Alright. I can't believe it turned into a key. To think there was such a trick to this thing. So the weapon used to kill Mr. Faraday is actually the key the Yada stole. This piece of information is more critical than anything we learned up until now. Yada Garasu updated. Frankly, I'm shocked. Look at the key. Proof of the key turns into a knife. Got it. Mr. Faraday only mentioned the key aspect of this piece of evidence and his organizer. It's possible that he even had no idea the key was hiding a knife blade inside. But if that's true, then only someone who knew about the key to knife... the key to knife trick could have killed Mr. Faraday. Even among law enforcement, this key was top secret. We're looking for someone who knew even more about the key than even Mr. Faraday. Excuse me. Meaning that the only person it could be is the person who sent the key in the first place. The great thief Yada. Then maybe Mr. Rail really was the Yada. And he was the one who killed Mr. Faraday. Isn't that one possible scenario? No, not really. Especially since Mr. Faraday was absolutely convinced that Mr. Rail was not the Yada. Besides, as Detective Bad said earlier. But when we questioned Rail about that, what was sent along with the white card, Rail had no idea what it was. I see. Alright then. I guess the person who knows the trick behind this key is someone else, and that person is the real Yata. It seems that this key is truly the key to solving this case. Knife data. Let me look at the knife data. Weapon has a secret ability to change into a key. I want to check the wallet. Oh, that was the... Okay, that was the organizer. It appears he was in the habit of using it. This organizer is a clue straight from Mr. Faraday. I'll have to take my time and give it a thorough read later. Okay, now this. I took a quick look through these documents before the trial started. Well, I wasn't even afforded the opportunity to scheme it. I suppose I should explain it to you then. Yes, you should. Perfectly in its entirety, if you please. On the night of September 8th, an embassy staff member was killed in front of the embassy. The staff member died of shock due to being shot in the heart. And you're to blame. Mac Rail was brought in that night as a suspect and thoroughly questioned, because the murder weapon was found on him, for which he was arrested on the spot. A simpleton of a man, that's what he was. Perhaps he was, for the weapon wasn't the only incriminating evidence we had. Mr. Rail was caught in the act of on film by a security camera. He was an even... Jeez. These switch-ups. he was even a bigger simpleton than I thought. I can't believe he didn't notice a security camera. The Cadopian ambassador's security system is supposedly very well designed. He may have simply not been aware that there was a camera in the area. So, have you seen the contents of the video for yourself? Yes, the surveillance video the security camera took was played during the trial by Mr. Faraday. Okay, I forgot about this. You can clearly identify Mr. Rail on it. Even the sound of the gunshot was crystal clear. So the footage includes the sound, huh? I don't think I ever want to seize the moment of someone's death in real life. Me neither. That's odd. We're short one piece of evidence. And the piece that's missing in is the surveillance video that was being played in court. Okay, so I was right. We are missing that tape. The surveillance video? How could a piece of evidence just disappear? Where did it go? The video showing the moment in which Mr. Rail committed the murder. What could have gone indeed? Are you done with your inspection of the evidence? Yes, I'm finished. However, Your Honor, I am missing a single piece of prosecutorial evidence. Your Honor, Your Honor, were you derelict in your duties? What? I mean, what? No, I dare not lick my duties. What do you take me for? No, Your Honor, the most important piece of evidence in today's trial. The surveillance video is not amongst the evidence you laid out for me. But I brought Mr. Faraday's whole bag with me from the crime scene. Maybe the tape is still somewhere at the crime scene. There's something wrong here. Something about this missing piece of evidence. It would appear that for me to find the answer I seek, I will have to pay another visit to the crime scene of the crime, defendant lobby number 2. I'm sorry, my allergies are messing me up. September 10th, 6 p.m. District Court, defendant lobby number 2. Hey, he has that guy's hair. Is that Schlong Wolf? Alright, hold on, let me blow my nose. Okay. That's Detective Bad, but who is he with? I've never seen that officer before. Oh, my nose, jeez. Now I gotta do this guy's voice. Alright. Okay. So, did you find it? God damn. two deep voice guys. I got it. Okay. No, not yet, and I've looked everywhere. I see. Well then, please continue with the search. Understood. I'll continue the search. So you're the one running this show. My throat! Jeez. This really hurts. Prosecutors like you shouldn't be allowed at crime scenes. How dare you? Just who do you think you are? Fuck you. Sorry, that was loud. What was that all about? And who was that man just now? Whoever he was, I'd never seen a more impudent officer in my life. Does he even know that we're standing right here behind him? I know you're standing right behind me. What do you want, kids? It looks like you were paying attention after all. Of course I was. I have eyes in the back of my head. Ah, so that mirror isn't for vanity's sake. It's for him to keep an eye out on who or what is behind him at all times. So tell me, Detective Bad, who was that rude man just now? The guy came here from the Republic of Zengfa to study. He's Agent Schlong. Oh my gosh. I need to take a sip.
Okay, so Bad's voice should be definitely deeper than his voice. Okay. He's trying everything he can to revive the lost honor of his family. He's traveling the world to study different philosophies of detainment from scratch. By visiting various police departments around the world, he has a lot of dedication. He's still just a rookie cop, but I sense a strong grudge of some sort from him. That guy's more useful than Gumshoe, even if he is rude. Yeah, don't worry about it. I'm sure you won't meet him again. Well, he sure has a lot of guts to come to this country and give prosecutors a hard time. I agree. However, I can't think of one young lady that statement also applies to. I get it. Anyway, what was that agent looking for, Detective Bad? Earlier, that little girl was poking around in lobby number 1 as well. Like I said before, it's got nothing to do with the two of you. I highly doubt it has nothing to do with me. Huh. Fine, if this is the game I must play, then I will take this opportunity to draw out what he's been hiding and what happened in this room straight from him. Please heal me. Alright, we're at the 2-hour mark already. I want to talk to Kay. Oh, there she is. Oh, sorry, mister. I'm a little busy right now. Doing what? Well, I'm looking for something. Uncle Bad told me to do so. So, that's what I'm going to do. Let's go. I don't want to interfere with the girl. Least Detective Bad gets angry. Yes, agreed. Alright, that was awesome. Oh, Miss Yu was up there. Hold on. What is it, Edgeworth? Nothing in particular. However, he says... Huh? You did it again. What is that supposed to be? Your mating call? Is it working? Is it everything I... Damn, this text, I can't read. Is everything I do humorous to this woman? Look, Edgeworth, I'm incredibly busy right now. I've got a mountain of things to figure out and check up on. If you want to talk, you're just going to have to wait until later, okay? I'll just continue with my investigation then. And this is just okay. Let me go back then. Oh, what's this? Oh, this is the room we were just in. Let me examine this one more time. The bench is covered with ants. The janitor is going to have a tough time with this. It would appear that they're coming in through the open window up there. Ants are unusual creatures. We can learn so much from their diligence and zeal. Okay, Edgeworth is a hardcore ants fan. Okay, let me examine everything, then I think that'll be it. This decorative plant foliage is quite nice. It's actually soothing to be around. Perhaps I should purchase one from her. You already said that. I wonder if the killer used these plastic bags in a flash of inspiration. Was that detective? I somehow doubt he's that quick-witted. So you're saying that the crime was thought out in advance? With that detective, I somehow doubt he's capable of making such a complex plan. Francisca, when will you learn to take responsibility for your statements? Okay, let's look at the outlines here. I wonder if... Alright, we saw this already. Gee. Was this table here all along? Oh, that's Francisca? Sure. I suppose so. Well, clearly it's out of place. When you take the sofa into consideration, that table is much too tall. I get the impression that the two are not meant to be used as a set, Francisca. I knew that. Sorry, it seems she lost her calm sense of judgment and her eagerness to defeat me.
Okay, yep, got it. TV. That's his one tiny TV. Detective Gumshoe was rather shocked at this and said it's huge compared to his own. Anything you compare with something he owns will always seem grandiose. Speaking of grandiose, I'd say that ego of yours could use a little deflating. Okay, let's look at the window and that's it. I suppose it's impossible to enter or exit through these windows thanks to these bars. I suppose you're right. Damn. Look how hard that pose is. Look at that. Look at both of them. Look at that. Don't tell me. You can't tell me that doesn't go hard. Actually, that's not true. I bet a person of small stature could slip in. Francesca, would you care to help me test my theory? Ugh. Drat. I must remember to be more tactful around the vertical challenge. The vertical challenge. Alright, that'll be it. That'll be it for today. We'll talk to Detective Bad next time. I really do need to rest my voice after that. Alright, that was another successful investigation. Just wish I can restore my health, because I'm getting really worried now. So that'll be it for today, and I'll see you next time. Peace.